Spend, don't
They
stop
always want you to
spending.
spend.
Don't stop spending. This is great. We got 2 minutes and 20 seconds of just the background, just this with Joe's spaceship fuel shack on the front.
And nothing, no
no
sound
talking,
or anything
no
like that.
audio.
Yeah.
Like that's one dumb thing with StreamYard. You can't like drop the audio in until you have to put the whole feed in. It's supposed to be more user friendly that way.
Oh.
That's why. Because people would
It's
be
bundled. It's
yeah,
more
they'd be
simple.
confused. They're like, "What's going on?" It's not, you
Mhm.
know.
That's what they're doing now with the streaming services.
Just
They're bundling up the streaming services that used to be a la carte. That was
Yep.
the appeal of them, was that you could decide what network you could pick and choose. I would rather go even further. I would rather pick and choose what fucking show I want.
Exactly right.
Like, I know the networks amass the money and that they attract. It's like a whole business model. I understand that, but that's why we have the Plex.
That's exactly right.
That's the only way you can win.
That's exactly right. I'm getting Bob on it.
You're getting Bob on
I'm
there?
getting him on
Does
it.
he watch enough stuff?
Oh my god, he's like a cinephile.
Oh wow.
He has seen movies. He particularly will go and see them in the theater if
Oh.
he feels like this is going to be a good movie, or if he's curious about. He used to travel with Bill like to New York to like art house movie theaters just to see certain things. He saw all kinds of stuff like when it first came out. He was telling me he's always doing it. But that's half the fun of driving with him because he always has all these little trivia facts, which of course I love.
He
and
reveals
then
the gems.
He's like, yeah, we saw that part. He's like, we were in New York going to see a show, and we were walking down the street, and all of a sudden we realized we were walking next to Glenn Close. Just as we realized she dipped off into a building.
Head first into the wall.
Head first.
Bam!
Never saw her again. The clone looked great though.
she careened through the wall like as if it was Harry Potter, but she wasn't accepted in the magic school.
Yeah, she was 2 quarters too far.
Did you ever see the video has been going around? It's one of the actresses that played in Harry Potter. She was like maybe one of the teachers, and she's like, I don't know why these people are still on about Harry Potter. It's been 25 years. She's like, they need to grow up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, don't let
It's
J.K.
brutal.
Rowling
It's
hear
like,
you. She's going to kill you.
For kids.
Yeah.
You should have outgrown it.
You should have outgrown it. You were the teacher.
Your lips to God's ears.
There you go.
Start exterminating the ones that can't get on board. I think that she lacks a fundamental understanding of like that entertainment is, you know, it doesn't really matter. Like you can still have beloved things from your past.
You're telling me Peter Pan wears that outfit every day?
Well, it is kind of funny because the obsession level. Think about it. Like, imagine if Peter Pan. Well, that's Disney. That's the Disney, you know, fans, which almost always are girls.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really any Disney dudes except for the ones that maybe I guess.
Yeah. Fancy their own kind.
Yeah.
It might be part robotic.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You got it.
You got it.
That's
right.
all we needed to say.
Right. I mean, it's but I also think it's indicative of a certain type of personality that's just
unable,
the lack thereof.
unable to like come to grips with reality. That type of personality.
Yeah. Living in fantasy. I mean, it's maybe it's a human tendency.
Yeah, of course we want to escape everything. Why do you think we made God up?
We'll actually go to a really great place when you die.
Yeah. Don't worry. All this sucks, but it's about to get really good.
Don't worry so much about it.
And I know the guy's going to let you in. It's fine. I'll give him a good word. Give me $20 though. Hurry up. You're dying. Hurry up.
As you're pushing the pillow water on their face.
You better reach for your wallet.
Hand it to me.
Stop grabbing for me. Grab for your wallet. He's not going to let you in.
The wallet is not around my neck.
Yep. He doesn't know you. He knows me.
Oh, man.
What do you really want?
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then, wait,
What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
This corner weighing in at 180 pounds.
Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
Fucking amateur. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay, then. Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
If you tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt
And Matt.
And here we are.
Hello.
We're back. I was thinking this morning, I got up and I thought, fuck, we're not going to be able to do the show today.
Oh, because you had to travel?
Because I was going to travel and I didn't know how long we were going to be there. And I didn't, because I was like, well, shit, I'm not going to have any time to get the weird news stories and stuff together.
Oh, yeah.
Surprise, surprise. Have those fuckers from last week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So not only are you going to get last week's weird news, but you're also going to get a genuine reaction because I have no fucking memory of what's on there.
It's
going to be great. We're both going to get surprised.
That's
today.
great. Let's double up. We should just
be a
do
special episode.
This episode should be 2 minutes of this jerking each other off.
Yeah.
And then we go right into weird news the whole time. The rest of the way.
The stories are not that good.
That's what people like. I mean, right?
That's true. Yeah, but at the same time, it's
Nobody
not
wants
about
to hear-
them. It's not about them.
Yeah,
it's never been about them. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's
This
right.
is called the Kickstart with Matt and Matt. Who the fuck cares who's listening?
Anyone else?
It's not for them.
You're intruding.
Yeah, exactly right.
Invading.
We're trying to have a private conversation on the internet. And you have to just butt in.
It's fucking crazy because nowadays that's what validates people.
That's right.
They stick a
exactly right.
microphone in their face, they record it, and then they act like their opinions because they've said them on microphone have any validity. And because it's this weird primal bullshit in our brain where like we think that the people in front of us on some kind of a stage, even be that a small on your phone on the internet,
right?
It still looks like they're more important.
I saw a great little video the other day. It was somebody. The caption was, "Anybody can set up the distraught nurse," and they it's like this person walks into a room with like a they got a coat on and scrubs whatever, and they like lift their scrub cap off and they like run their hands over the face like, oh no, like lost another one today. And then they get up and they turn around the corner and they go back into the deli, so it's it's fucking stupid. But, yeah,
it's gonna get fucking crazier though. Think about this. Not to be too topical. I like to be non sequitur and wild. But with the advent of the AI technology to essentially simulate, I've been seeing videos now that are entirely made by AI.
Yeah,
a simulated experience of the visuals, the audio.
Love it.
There's gonna be this weird point. There's like a lynch point, like a crux.
Yeah,
where we will only view the internet and videos we see on it with skepticism.
Sure.
Because no longer, now you can kind of take those opinions. We're slowly, like, we've stepped away from broadcasted television giving us news and facts.
Walter Cronkite, yeah.
Right. The facts, they've been, we assume that they've been through a certain, like, they've met a criteria to be announced on the air.
Right. Not Nickelodeon, but
yeah. Oh, we'll get into that too. I have not seen it yet, but I know enough about it. So then now we have the internet, which at first there was like all kinds of like interesting information. Still didn't have like a lot of checks and balances.
But, no, of course not.
But now there's all this incentive to be forward facing on the internet, to try to grab people's attention. There'll be informative videos I'll watch that have like 4 or 6 cuts in them. They'll be 30 seconds. It's just because the attention spans can't handle it.
It's crazy.
So now like people are just addicted to watching shit. And then their brains are also telling them to like obtain information and knowledge while they are existing. So they're trying to grab it from there. Yeah. Joe Rogan's in there telling you any old fucking thing that comes in his monkey ass brain, his big old fat gorilla head. It got stupid fucking thoughts. He needs to shut the fuck up.
I'm eating graphite chips every day. I got the ridged ones. I got the barbecue. Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
I hunt it with a bow.
A whole thing. I just tell him line up the pencils and I just chip them away.
He looks fucking weird now too.
Yeah, he's getting good.
Yeah,
he's getting
dude.
gelatinous. I
Yes,
think
he
that's what it was.
is.
It's starting to set up
His
finally.
borders are
He's been
starting
in
to
the
blur.
freezer long enough.
His edges are getting
Yeah.
undefined at this point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, eventually he'll merge into his surroundings like he's always wanted.
I'm just as smart as anyone around me because now I am everything.
That's right. I finally become one.
He can't, but he'll never be the Dow because he always has to name it. He'll never lose his sense of self.
No, he knows all
It's
about.
all
That's
about
why it's
Joe.
called the Joe Rogan Experience.
You're experiencing my brain.
That's right.
You're an
It's the
avatar.
experience, the present experience. That's what the show's all about.
You watching the show is his NPC. I'll never forget that.
He loves it, and he loves it. He knows.
Oh yeah.
that half of his audience is enraged,
Mhm.
and the rest of them are just so full of anger towards everybody who's ever been laid that it's just so destructive that they're just waiting for any command from Joe Rogan.
They want any kind. Yeah, they're looking for any kind of
give-
insight.
tell
into,
me
like,
what to do.
What
do
crazy thing are we gonna do now?
Hey, Joe Rogan, what do we think about that? Yeah. Let me know. Let me know.
Should we push the dog? Leave the dog alone. Should I push the wall? Is that a thing? So from this point on, we have stepped into the territory where any old person is saying any old goddamn thing,
Right, of course.
making it look good.
Mhm.
Now we're gonna have AI that's gonna just formulate. Like we're gonna lose the sense of authenticity about who is doing what on the internet because the videos can be rendered. Anyone can be doing anything as long as they have images to grab from,
Right.
and vote and audio to take and synthesize. So the internet, I think, with those videos and the things like the kind of entertainment people look to now is going to eventually turn into like where you have to look at it as pure fantasy only.
Yeah.
Like there is not anyone who's like, I saw it on the internet, people will laugh at them and go, well, that's not where we get any information from anymore.
Buddhists have been telling us this for decades.
But what is that?
At least.
At least dozens of times.
Before Neo told us about it.
Neo just made it cool.
That's
looking.
right. He just wore sunglasses when he told us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Start playing the Matrix track over this.
Yeah.
What if I told you you were just a battery, Neo?
What if I told you my daughter was going to do some soft-core pornography?
And you can watch it.
And I need to
You can
stay
watch
here because I can't deal with the
I'm a
real
battery.
world consequences. My teeth are going to get farther apart, Neo.
I have to experience it because if I don't experience it, imagine the chaos and insanity that could be. At least I'm controlling what is by viewing it. It's like a Schrodinger's cat thing because he uses.
This is my punishment, Neo.
He has to view his daughter doing softcore porn so that something worse can't come out of the void. What kind of existential prison are you living in at this point?
One of those fucking robot octopuses are in her pussy trying to get out. The dick's just fighting it back. That's it. It's like, I wish it didn't have to be this way, but I don't write the code.
Do you see, Neil, why we need to change things?
That's right. This has to end, even if we have to live in rags.
This house is not a home.
Hasn't been for a long time.
I mean, if the pizza delivery guy wasn't a robotic octopus, at least things would be a little bit more familiar feeling.
Not a lot of ones lately, mostly zeros. Make it better. Not a lot of ones, mostly zeros.
That's my
2 thumbs down.
And if you're not watching the stream, the visuals going along with it. This is one of my favorite gestures to do now when I have a blanket disapproval over whatever is coming at me or whatever scenario.
Right.
I just take my thumbs, I put them in front of my face, I point them down, and I shake them vigorously.
Violently.
And just shake my head. Just absolute and indisputable, unequivocal disapproval. That's all I'm going for.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, whew.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the role I want.
That is a movie that will absolutely live forever.
Yeah.
As the probably one of like the greatest modern achievements. Like that, I think that movie will survive. I mean, you can quote, I don't know, take it for what it is, but with a grain of salt. But you know, like 12 Angry Men. And by the way, if you have not seen 12 Angry Men from like the 50s, maybe. I think it's from
far back.
Yeah, it's black and white.
Yeah,
it could have been in the 60s too.
Yeah,
I can't recall the date, but it is. I mean, it's clearly like 50, 60, 70 years old now.
Right.
It's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good. It's so captivating.
Yeah,
it totally holds up. But it's classic. Classic movie. I think The Matrix is pretty much going to live on.
Yeah,
forever.
I think it's inevitable because of not only because of the movie itself, but just that the cultural impact that it had in the 90s.
We studied it in my film class. It changed the way people made movies because of like how they used the camera and the way that they set shots up and stuff.
Right.
Completely changed the way people approged it.
Yeah, well,
revolutionary.
That's how it goes.
And then of course they had some
That
stinkers.
was the second movie, right? The Revolution.
The Revolutions. Around and around we go. The same plot points.
That's it. It's nothing. Nothing is new under the sun, dear Horatio. It's all just regurgitated binary code.
Not now, anyway.
That's right, not anymore. And I'll tell you what else is not anymore is the Francis Scott Key Bridge that's now at the bottom of the Potomac.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking wild to wake up to
Crazy
that news.
shit, yeah.
Especially
since I was driving to fucking Virginia today. I'm like, great, this is awesome.
Now, did you? This happened at like 1 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
So we were not.
We were leaving at 8:30.
Yeah. So it was a good amount of time.
So everybody going to. Well, it doesn't matter. It's not like they fucking rebuilt the bridge.
No. I don't envy anyone that had to go drive down 695.
Oh my god, yeah.
What a fucking nightmare that is.
So as soon as I saw that thing collapse into the Potomac River, I was like, well, we're not going that way.
Yeah.
So we went out 30 and went around through Frederick and everything.
Was that a pretty like decent
it was like
drive?
A fucking dream. I felt like I was driving the Delta. There was nobody on the road.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was amazing for took us like a little over 2 hours, something like that, to get there. Yeah, because it's just over the Maryland Virginia line. Once you have to go down and through to get to this spot, but. So the fucking bridge is in the river.
Yeah, like all the details about it, right? Like I came across the video first thing this morning. Allison's getting ready for work and stuff. My bummy ass just sits in bed.
Yeah,
and I reach down, I grab my computer when I wake up, and I turn it on. I start working.
Right.
Oh man, so she's like going around and stuff, and I just open my phone up, and as soon as I like open up Facebook, what's going on, world, I put my ear to the ground and see what's happening.
Right.
Fuck, it's this like something like somebody posted about casualties and a bridge. So I click on the video, and I'm like, holy fuck! And they show you the bridge falling down, and I was like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
I told Allison, she's like, ah.
Yeah.
She's like,
crazy.
oh my, what? She's like, what? Couldn't believe it.
I was watching because I wanted to see if there was any backups on 83.
You're just checking the regular traffic. That's a pretty big deal.
After I left, too, of course.
Oh man! Oh my god!
But because there was another accident. This had nothing to do with the bridge.
Yeah.
But of course, the whole northbound lane was a parking lot. As soon as, but you don't see it until you get off the on ramp, of course, and then you get like maybe a quarter a mile, and then. Everybody's
then you're fucked. You're already stuck in it,
and there's nowhere to go.
This is why, like with my job when I'm working from home, I don't have ever since COVID.
Right,
they solved every problem. Juan can tell you this too. They've solved every problem with needing paperwork and stuff. Now everything can be done remote. Everything. There's not a single thing that I do in my job that I have to be in that office and interact with another person. So it's like. Save us all the trouble, please. Save me the 2 fucking hours I have to drive.
Exactly.
To see what happens is I translate that into just working more hours. I usually work overtime because I'm home, and I'm like, all right, So I get more done. And if they won't fucking hire more people, they just approve the budget for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And our new commissioner is Martin O'Malley, former governor, I think.
Speaking of which,
the
fucking mayor of Baltimore? He's like 16 years old. What the fuck is going on? Have you seen this kid?
I don't know who this guy is.
I only saw him because of the press conference because I was leaving when they started the press conference, so I didn't get to see the whole thing.
They wheel a high chair out for him.
Look at this kid. Look at this child. What? Look at him.
Oh wow, he looks very young.
I don't even know.
What's his name?
His name is Brandon Scott.
Brandon Scott.
Yeah, he's
he looks very much to be like
he's
like
35.
20. Wow, he's like our age. Holy shit. Well,
good luck. Good luck
didn't-
with Baltimore.
Oh boy.
It's the as my uncle would say, the homicide capital of the world. Yeah.
Dude, I was walking around drunk in Baltimore City downtown in like the rough part of town. I was having a great time.
Well, yeah,
It wasn't the rough part. It was the skeezy part of town. It was all the strip clubs and all that shit. I was going to get some late night food
down the block. Well, that's
right.
You never know.
People were like cheering me on. I was dressed up.
Hell yeah. They love it.
Yeah,
they love it. Yeah,
it was a good time.
They love the hot dress to the nines.
Some places though, don't confuse that for like other parts of Baltimore where there's there's heavy like gang activity.
Yes, exactly right.
And if you go in there, you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah. Especially if you're dressed up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're asking for it at that point.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, that's now that's the bridge is no
so
longer
the bridge
with
is
us.
gone. Yeah, and
I kind of felt like
they had a crew that apparently was setting up. I don't know if this was confirmed or not.
Yeah,
there was supposed to be like a construction crew working, and they were apparently setting up for the day when the bridge collapsed.
So yeah, here's what I read.
It's 7. I know I saw 7 bodies, 7 dead. Presumed dead, they said.
7 people went down. So here's what happened. There was a ship that was coming through.
Right. From port?
Sri Lanka.
Singapore. Yeah, from Singapore. Yes.
Yeah,
Singapore.
So yeah, it was called like I don't know, something Sri Lanka related.
Yeah, what
the name of the ship.
Yeah.
So the ship gets a power outage, and they were aware. They sent a mayday out. They had 4 minutes to get the bridge closed. They did. They stopped people from going on through the bridge.
Really?
They stopped them, but the people who were stuck in the middle, who were the construction workers, like filling up potholes, those 7 or 8 people couldn't get out in time, or the message didn't get through to them fast enough. But the cars and the flow of traffic was able to be stopped. So there were some cars still coming off in the end, and then the ship, of course, it lost power. Regained power, lost power again, and just could not get itself to steer away from the strut when it just hit the strut and took the whole fucking thing down in like a second. It was so fast.
It's like I'm like fucking Die Hard.
That is my Bruce Willis was over there. He's like, I don't remember much anymore, but I remember that.
But he's like, I know what this is.
That is, if anyone wants to get a peek into my brain, when I drive across bridges, that's all I think about. Everything falling down, or me going off the edge of it, or falling into the water. I have to, because I have terrible unregulated anxiety.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's not because there's any real reason.
No, that's just
usually it's
Juan
just
said they
could
just
be.
called off the rescue search. He said 6 presumed dead.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
One guy had like no injuries.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Oh, I'm all right. I'm gonna go home."
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus Christ. Of course, who wouldn't want to go home after something like that?
I mean, that's a double fist
do
evening.
I have to use my PTO?
Yeah, right. It's like I'm gonna crack open 2 beers tonight.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Good Lord, have 6 of them.
Yeah, man. What a fucking
for all the
mess.
rest of the guys who couldn't make it out. But honestly, the efforts on Baltimore's part, stopping the traffic 4 minutes. I wait 4 minutes for traffic to move on 695.
Let's think about this.
Fucking crazy.
Let's think about this. Okay, if you are driving across the bridge, you come up to the bridge and then you can see the water.
Yeah.
Right. This is how it works. You're okay. So they stop that traffic. If you're working on the bridge, you're already on the bridge.
True. You're saying you can see the ship coming?
There's a fucking barge coming towards you.
But they don't realize that it's not going to clear. It's only one. It's granted, it's like kind of a small margin of error, or I mean, a large margin of error, because there's a whole lot of the under the bridge.
There's room for them to pass, but the idea is like, did no one? I mean, maybe that's everybody's taking their time. It was early in the morning.
Let me tell you something. I don't pay attention to what's going on around me. If an airplane,
this would never happen if I was there. Like if I was paying attention, there's no way. Like if I was working on this bridge, there's no fucking way that I would not have watched every. I mean, I watch every plane that flies over my house. If there's a boat, a giant, freight truck, or a fucking
freighter.
What's the barge? That's the
barge.
Coming towards me. That's not going to slip past.
I mean,
I don't care what I'm doing.
Wouldn't it have looked like it was all things were normal?
Yeah.
Because also it was 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Like we've been talking for like
20
of them, 20 minutes. You know, that's a fifth of the time we've been talking. It's a very small window, and I just feel like you probably would just ignore what was going on.
That's what
here.
Allison's saying. Yeah. She says, I imagine the guys weren't paying attention to the boat because they assumed it would clear the bridge, especially when it's a highway bridge work, because the traffic's always happening. Yeah, and I mean, like the traffic going across, that could certainly be distracting. But like I've done work on major roadways and that meet side streets and whatever. I mean, it may not correlate. I've never worked on a bridge, so I can't say this for certain. But I mean, just my anxiety alone would make me aware of especially if I'm working on a fucking bridge. If these giant things are going underneath me.
I think that's the reason that you're not working on bridges.
That's exactly right. That's why I do what I do.
You wouldn't find yourself there. It's kind of like us talking about a parachute that failed to deploy.
Yeah.
I'm not going in the sky.
Let me tell you what, I don't need to worry about that at all. Anybody can pack my chute because I'm not jumping.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not going up there. Yeah. You can't make me.
You can have it.
Put a gun to my head.
That's right.
Go ahead and pull the trigger
because that's it.
Because at least that's instant. The terror is me getting on the plane, going up in the sky, knowing I need to jump. I'm not as brave as your mom. I can't.
Me either.
Oh, man.
We drove past the indoor skydive place. So I got to tell my mom about this. Yeah.
Your mom is probably one of the bravest women I've ever met because she has jumped out of a plane and she gave birth to you.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, these are a lot of things, and had to deal with me growing up. That was even worse.
Raised you.
Yeah. Luckily, my sister, she would always go running out. She had to deal with the aftermath, but I was there all the time. Well, I was in the woods a lot. But,
you gave her a lot more just emotional and like psychological stresses.
Psychological stresses definitely was my forte. Yeah.
So when we were kids, right? We were like 11 years old, 10 or 11 years old, like getting together. And you would just be like constantly antagonizing your mom.
Yeah. I learned it from my uncle. Yeah. Her brother.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Just like you would always be breaking down her logic and stuff to her, and she'd just be like,
Matthew.
You see what and she'd look at me. You see what I deal with?
Yes, right. Yes, of course. She wants to deflect because she has nothing to say to me.
Oh man.
Yep, that's so how funny. It goes. Yeah. So let me take a look at the fucking show notes because I thought I had something to talk about last week. I know what it was. I watched the Pennywise, the It documentary.
That's right. I did not watch that yet, but yeah,
it was pretty good. And the best part was they had some really good interviews with Tim Curry.
Is it just is it kind of a strung together like backstage and like interview?
There's interviews with a lot of the people. I think they got pretty much everybody actually. Now I'm thinking about it, who's still around.
Right, John Ritter, he passed away, so you can't talk to him.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll throw a Ouija board.
Yeah, I was going to say, you need a little device to help you through that. But yeah, it was really good. It definitely had some moments where it felt like it was dragging a little bit, but the information that's in there is really fascinating, especially if you're a really big fan of the whole thing.
Yeah, was there a fair bit of Tim Curry interviews and stuff?
Yeah, that was the part that blew me away that they got.
It was all prior to his stroke.
No,
after the stroke.
He's
talking after the stroke. Wow.
Yep. And they have him on a sound stage and everything. So he must have agreed to this. And I remember they were talking about the whole process of him being kind of feeling weird about the whole thing because the kids were terrified of him and everything. But he was sitting off in a chair smoking cigarettes the whole time. It didn't make a difference. But it was fascinating listening to them all talk about the process. And then, of course, all the casting and then all the challenges that they went through on the stage and all that stuff. So it's worth a watch if you can get a hold of it. It's out there available for streaming. It's been available for a little while. I think there was a Kickstarter, I think, that they originally did it through, a Patreon, one or the other.
Yeah.
Like a campaign and got that done. But that was really cool. I've enjoyed watching these documentaries that have been coming out recently, these past, 5 years or whatever. The Clue, of course, and then Pennywise, and then these other things.
Oh, you mean Tim Curry centered?
Oh, always Tim Curry. I don't care about anything else. So yeah.
I was wondering what the common thread
just
was.
Those two.
If it was just that more documentaries were coming out about subject matter that you were interested
Muppet Treasure Island's next.
So. Oh yeah, baby. Well, I read somewhere that was one of his favorite roles he ever did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he said that before. That was his favorite. Now another movie that I watched, which was not as good, but kind of. It's from the 80s, I believe, if my memory serves. It's called School Spirit. No, I'm sure you saw the cover because it's on the Plex.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I think you were complaining about
Yes,
this.
I was.
The other
Yes, I
day.
was. I was completely wasted. I was like, I'm gonna get drunk and watch this terrible movie.
Oh yeah, because you're like, yeah, I remember. There were stages of it. Yeah.
Because I got progressively angrier, and then I was like, all right, it's not. I got it.
You're like, I think I crossed the weird line where I was fine now.
So the very beginning of the movie, he's if my memory serves, he's trying to get this girl to go on a date with him, and she keeps turning him down, and he's getting really upset, but he's kind of getting really like, there's moments where he kind of gets a little like that good.
Like he's gonna backhand her if she doesn't.
Well, that, or maybe he's gonna just take what he wants, kind of thing. And I was like, "Ooh,
yikes.
like maybe I'm not gonna watch this '80s movie." And so
the
then
rapey vibes.
he dies in a car crash.
Oh well, that's it. But maybe that's why they gave him that personality trait. However, this
is in the first 15 minutes of the movie. And then he meets an old guy who is also a ghost.
Okay.
And he finds out that if he puts his hand on top of his head and wiggles his fingers around, that he becomes a physical human again.
What?
And he can interact with people like nothing ever happened.
What the fuck is this no consequence shit?
It was almost Soul Survivor, which is what made me mad, because at first I was like, fuck this movie, At least they did it at the beginning though, instead of the end.
Rules that and let's completely throw them out the window.
Right, exactly.
But still expect you to uphold them throughout other parts of the movie.
And so the girl is going to school at this boarding school or whatever, and the head mistress is the lady who played Jerry Seinfeld's mom in Seinfeld.
Oh sure, yeah.
So it's funny seeing her in something else, especially this fucking movie. But they've got their obligatory shower scenes and everything, of course, because it's a boarding school. But the whole movie it's bad. It's real bad. But then after you get in, you're like, okay, this is not a movie that I felt like I was at VHS Fest.
Oh, okay. That was what my mind went to.
Just one step up from that, where it's not a complete, like, they hang on cuts too long and shit like that. Like, they had a decent editor, and that's why it's not VHS Fest.
I gotcha.
It's definitely a fucking weird movie. But
that is my benchmark for like crappy films, like what gets shown on VHS Fest. Man. Those are, and I know for like our friends like Jesse and Steph and Ben and Sarah, like they fucking eat that shit up. They love it.
Yeah.
And then it certainly is like a weird experience that you have.
That's
with
exactly
it. Weird relationship with that.
I love watching those movies at VHS Fest because it is an experience.
Yeah, I like sharing it. I think for me, because my time is like, I'm usually, if I have to watch something, it's either like alone, or I have to capitalize on like the time I have where me and Allison are together.
Yeah.
So we'll try to watch something good. If it ends up being shitty, every now and then we'll go on a lark and get some bullshit movie that showed up on the Plex and just go like Velocipaster.
Hell yeah.
It was terrible. I like fell asleep halfway through it because I just couldn't.
Yeah.
It sounds great and it's got a stupid premise, but
I think that was Chris turned me on to that one. I think Chris told me that one.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah. Man, Chris is a connoisseur of like garbage film.
Really is. Yeah, that's probably how he keeps himself so demure. So.
Some of them are truly like actually fucking great.
Yeah.
Man, I watched I was watching Jesse and Steph's live stream one time way back a couple years ago, back in like COVID time. And we watched this movie about, I wish, and Jesse will probably message me and tell me what the name was.
Course.
But it's about like this martial artist guy, this martial arts school.
Okay.
Kind of it's in the classic fashion of the like head rival martial artist comes to the school and he's like, I'll beat everybody here.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to kill the fuck out of everybody. And he cuts this dude's arm off. I think he cuts his arm off. I may have been a little inebriated when we watched this, but I think he cut his arm off, and like he was just the main character becomes like the guy who just had some brutality imposed on him, the aftermath, and he just is like training up to basically go and get revenge on this fucker. And that's the movie, and I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just some no-name guy becomes the protagonist because some other dude just stormed into his damn dojo and beat the shit out of everybody.
Right. There you go. That's how you do it. That's
like,
how you do it right.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I loved it. And it wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was made alright. It was shot pretty decently.
Yeah, those are the type of movies where you want to go and see them and be ready to have lots of commentary.
Yes.
Turn the volume down. Don't worry about that too much.
Oh yeah, no,
Turn the subtitles on because we're gonna have more to
Well,
say.
once
than the
again,
movie.
yeah,
that's what makes it fun.
the relationship with
Right.
the people around you. That's the
Right.
sharing it is the fun part.
That's it. That's why Rabid Grannies is on there.
Oh man,
I have so many VHS fast foods.
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm waiting to hear what the date is. Because isn't it usually right around the 4th of July?
Yeah, they haven't
They haven't
announced
said
it
it
yet.
yet.
No, they
So
haven't.
I'm looking forward to whenever they do announce
Me
that.
too. I can't wait.
I'm trying to get my summer plans all set.
Oh yeah. Well, you definitely have to.
Got
get your
fucking
summer
I got
break.
a wedding thing
Gotta
coming
get
up
that
later.
all figured out.
I got to get to straighten out the rest of it.
Speaking of which,
Mhm.
I'm so fucking pissed off that this goddamn Monster Mania is the weekend before the Expo.
Oh yeah,
And the whole fucking Hellraiser crew's gonna be. Clive
Everybody.
Barker's gonna be.
Everybody.
Is Ashley Lawrence coming too?
Yes.
I thought I saw her too.
Yes.
Jesus Christ! So
they've been announcing everybody.
is
Nicholas Vince.
oh my
He'll be
god!
there.
What is going
I'll
on?
bring my bass.
You got to bring your bass. He loves the
I was
bass
telling
player.
Allison, I was like, oh look, this dude kind of hit on me.
Yeah,
last time
yeah.
I saw him.
Not kind of.
Yeah, he was giving me the eyes. I appreciated the compliment. He was
Yeah.
he was perfectly
So
perfectly
it was
sweet
the
about
opposite of Tim Curry.
Yeah.
He was real focused on you. He liked my
it.
poster.
Tim Curry,
Yeah,
like
he gave me a moment, but
if Tim Curry was not trapped in a wheelchair,
yeah.
I don't think we would have had any interaction.
I
at
hope
all.
that Tim Curry would have judo flipped you.
that would have been the only thing to make that experience a better one and more memorable
Yeah.
for you.
Exactly right.
I know how to take a fall like that, so I'm
That's-
down with
Well,
it.
and with Tim Curry, I mean, I would have a lasting injury from Tim Curry.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Like Tim
Yeah.
Curry did this.
He dislocated my shoulder. I haven't put it back in yet.
See, I only have 4 fingers on this hand. Tim Curry did that.
It's a pretty good story to
Yeah,
have.
it is.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's better than like a bear biting it off or something.
Right. Maybe somebody walks up and hands him a little cigar cutter and they stick their finger in there before he knows what's going on. There you go. You're still complicit.
You can smoke the what's left over.
That's right. You can have the rest of the finger. I just needed the story and a visit to the hospital. Yeah.
So you really
Get
don't
it
think
all done.
you can swing that for
No.
a day, even if we just go for just that.
No way. No, that like the 2 weeks before that is super crunch time of getting everything done.
It's too hectic.
Yeah,
Like you
it's
don't have
crazy.
it even like one day you can set aside.
Nope. Yeah. I mean,
Damn.
like hours, maybe like 2 hours, but that would be the most,
Mm.
and it's not enough
That takes that amount of time to get
to
there.
get there, much less
Yeah.
stand in line for.
What a shame, dude.
Yeah, man, it
Ugh.
sucks.
Unless I FaceTime with you
Yeah, no.
and I say, "Can you say hello to my friend?"
Yeah.
Like she's gonna be busy.
Yeah, so, no, she's definitely not. That's what's really killing me too, because I know she's not.
Oh
gonna
no,
be
she's
busy.
not gonna be busy at all. She's
Oh, man,
and
I'm
isn't she
dying.
one of the last people?
She's it. It's
she's the
her
last one?
and Uncle Frank,
Oh, Uncle Frank.
the actual Uncle Frank, not
Right.
Kirsty's dad. Whatever
No,
that
no,
is.
the
yeah.
right, the guy who in the suit,
yeah,
like in the meat suit.
yeah. The guy is in all the flashbacks and everything. Yeah,
Yes.
gotta get Uncle Frank.
Uh,
But that is it, and the boyfriend too. But I don't care about him.
Nah,
Yeah.
well, whatever.
Yeah.
He's not one of the main people.
No.
But if you really, I mean, I'll still hold the offer. If you
Yeah,
want me to go and get the signature for you,
I was
and
talking to Bob about this today.
FaceTime you?
I'm trying to decide what the
I'll
is it-
call you on there, and you
I
can.
know you will.
I'll give it to her and be like, "Hi, I'm here. I'm here as a emissary.
Proxy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the emissary of Matt to get this exchange to happen.
That's it. I'll just be standing in a dark room surrounded by hanging chains, like clinking around.
We have such sights to show you. Then you show her your dick.
Yeah. Now sign my poster.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Can you still sign this, please? All the staff is besieging me at that moment. They're all converging. They got fucking
Security!
Bruce Campbell's fucking his stuntman like handler guys come. He just comes marching out.
I
He's not
wait
even
for
on. He's not even
moments
on
like
duty. I'm gonna bust my head
And
out.
then Don jumps in. He's like, "Go, man! I'll hold him off."
Go! Did you see him getting? You see him getting like. You see him just getting submerged.
Like Ronan that's become a fucking
And
valet.
his wife is like screaming, blame her. No! I just grab her by the wrist. We gotta go. We've got to go.
We gotta leave him. There's
I
not enough
I
time.
promised Don in my head. I promised him that I would let anything happen to you.
When we talked to him at the last Hunt Valley, he promised that if this ever happened, we would leave him behind.
But still, he's still got that one fuck up son, so we can't.
That's right.
We got boundaries about it. That's all.
That's right. We're respecting Don's boundaries here. Trying to be more respectful of Don's boundaries, Mrs. Don.
I'm the new Don now.
That's right.
I'll carry the cross.
I'm Don. Kiss my ring.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll think about it. I don't know whether I want to. I'm hoping that if this goes well for her, because I can't. I think she lives in England.
Yeah, I mean that's why. See, the thing is, the opportunities
Have
to
to
get.
look this up.
So think about it. The August show and for the New Jersey Monster Mania August show is usually around the time of the expo.
Yes.
The March show is a little bit more free.
Right,
We just
exactly
went to
right.
that one. If you listened a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the October Maryland one.
Right.
I'm still really hoping that Don's wife was more informed.
Right. That she's
When she said,
wanting to
"Oh,
know.
well, they're gonna see how it goes," because I'm like, I don't want it to be downtown.
Yeah.
I would really prefer if it was like anywhere else.
Anywhere with a
I would
fucking
drive-
parking lot.
I would even be more like apt to stay in an area.
Oh yeah, I'm totally with you. That
like,
would be fucking great.
I'll stay overnight. That's fine. Like, I just don't want it to be such chaos.
It needs to
you
be
know?
the Hunt Valley, like a Hunt Valley-esque experience where
Yeah.
it's quieter. Things are sort of set aside. Not everybody's all jammed together
Right.
and waiting in 7-hour lines.
I mean, Oaks is more of a convention center,
Mm.
so the problem is it doesn't have the charm
Right.
of it being like a place you can hang out. You just go in,
Mhm.
do your business, and leave.
Mhm. Right.
So whatever.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes. However, I don't know if she does a con circuit that you're going to have another opportunity.
Yeah,
Really, I don't. So
I
I'll go up there to get the signature at the very least. I
Right.
mean, if she comes back again, you can always just go and meet her.
Yeah, that's the
Get a
thing. 'Cause,
picture.
like I enjoy the process of showing them this original
bring
Hellraiser
it.
poster. I know you'll bring it.
No, but you bring it the next time.
Well, but what's the point? I'm gonna get her to sign it again.
No, she'll maybe remember. She'll remember that when you show her.
Remember when you signed
the dick.
this?
You're gonna show her your dick.
We have food to eat together. All right. Bratwurst. It's the worst.
That's Barack
Let me
Obama.
tell you, Barack Obama's here, and let me tell you what he's got such sights to show you. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
we'll smooth.
In
that
the
out.
in the meantime, we'll just do some weird news. How about
Yeah,
that?
we've officially run out of stuff. Let's do weird news.
I got a couple other things, but there's nothing else worth talking about.
Yeah, you've heard us yap enough.
And that's the cutoff. There we go. All right, we got Juan. We got Allison. Juan says, I watched Elvis. Oh, Austin Butler was great. Definitely an Oscar-worthy performance.
Oh, the new Elvis.
Yeah.
I have not watched that
I haven't
movie yet.
either. Yeah. I heard. Actually, I haven't heard anything. That's the first review I was going to say.
Yeah, I haven't really heard anything about it,
Mm-mm.
like whether it was worthwhile.
Well, there we go.
Thank you,
Now we
Juan.
know we've got the Juan
Juan approval.
Juan seal of approval, and that's all we
So I
need.
know it's good.
That's how you know it's good. Let's get this all squared away here for the internet people. If it would help if it was on the right screen. We got a third. I don't know who the third person is, but hello.
Could be a few different people.
Could be some people.
Every now and then it's Greg or
You know.
Tyler. Sometimes Kenny pops in
You
briefly.
never know.
Sometimes it's Ace.
Sometimes it's Ace. Sometimes all kinds of people. Steph has popped in before.
Steph might be Steph. Could
It
be,
might be a new
be
person.
John Capuano.
It might be. Oh, by the way, it was Deirdre's birthday.
Yes, happy
yesterday. Where's the fucking
belated
birthday song?
birthday to
Come on
Deirdre.
now. God damn, here it is. Go! Yeah, there we go. Happy birthday to Deirdre.
How old is Deirdre?
19.
19.
No, 19. There you go. Well on the way to having a drink.
Yeah, she's almost there.
Yep.
19.
Yep.
But she strikes me as someone who doesn't give a fuck about that.
No.
I don't think she's gonna care one way or the other.
No. She's not itching to enjoy a libation.
No.
Yeah. So, but anyhow,
Yeah.
all right. I completely lost my place there trying to find the fucking song on the soundboard. I gotta reorganize this thing. It's a mess. It's a
just
complete.
like a
it's a
piled up
mess.
death.
It's a mess.
That song is so fucking like exuberant.
I love it.
It gets me fucking pumped.
Yeah, it does.
And
Yep.
it's great. Just the imagery, the literal imagery of it just cracks me up because it's just men's bodies falling at terminal velocity
Terminal
through
velocity.
the sky
Yep.
and landing just on the pavement.
And then everyone around them getting completely soaking. No, excuse me.
Blood.
Absolutely soaking wet with blood. Yeah.
blood and bones,
Yes.
teeth, skull, and organs just spewed all over the place.
That's it. There you go.
Holy fucking
That's a
shit.
beautiful thing, I
Mm.
guess.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstarter net.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used a witchcraft homie to get the fire off me! Oh, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The human torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has partnership.
And now with this week's weird news, here's
Alrighty, here we go. Let's get some weird news. We'll get the video.
our intermission
Yes.
antics are fucking insane.
Yeah, you really are missing out.
It's
if you
just
don't-
for the people who watch us live
because there's no audio. It's just video. Yep, that's what it's all about. It's
we're trying to tell stories. The theater of the
and
mind.
This is really what it's all about. It's all about trying to keep people honed in.
Right. We're like Mike Portnoy if he never even quit Dream
Oh,
Theater.
you know it. You know that's exactly who
I
we
can't
are.
wait to hear. Oh, CJ just sent me a message about like Steve Vai and a bunch of other people are making they're forming a super group to basically carry on King Crimson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and they're gonna tour.
Wow.
Let me pull it up for you really fast.
Yeah, that's a hell of a prospect.
Adrian Bellew forms supergroup
Okay.
with Steve Vai, Tony Levin, and Danny Carey to perform King Crimson music with Robert Fripp's blessing.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yep,
Wow, that's going to be something else.
pretty cool.
Well, I'll tell you what else is something else. Employees of
Oh my
a
God.
Richmond Wildlife Center in Virginia are doing their best to act like mother foxes as they feed and care for an orphan kit.
What?
Little baby.
Yeah, but
Little
I mean,
baby. This is the
what-
most terrifying thing. I included two
This is a
pictures on.
Halloween mask.
I
this
know.
isn't what is this? This isn't even like a furry thing.
No. This is completely medical. This is medical
Holy fuck.
grade.
But even the mask that they're wearing isn't
Yeah.
even a furry considered mask.
No.
Like
But I just loved the two shots. This one, because this is from a horror movie where,
totally
where
is.
they're busy like feeding their young the blood of all the people that have gone missing from the town. And then they realize that you're hiding in the closet with the Venetian blind doors.
I love that there's like a hot pot and on top of a microwave.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
a
yeah.
blender
Well,
behind
you
them.
know, you never know what you're going to need for dinner. So you want to keep
Yeah.
it together.
the face that it's looked with the mouth closed and
Yeah.
its dead eyes staring
Yes.
into the camera, into your soul, as it's like you're next.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, in a video posted on the center's Facebook page Tuesday, Melissa Stanley, the executive director, is shown wearing a red fox mask and rubber gloves, feeding the tiny fox from a syringe.
Just know, Allison, if you ever need to hop on the show or feel the need to fortunately we have a lot of material that seems every week that we need her expert opinion on, because now I'm curious. I'm like,
Allison's comment is, "What is that?" Exclamation point.
So I'm wondering about the psychology of an animal that if you just kind of look like, how does it
How
know
about the
to
psychology of a fucking animal whose eyes aren't even open yet? How about that?
right? Like at what level
Look
does
at
it
this
have
fucking
to
thing.
appreciate the visuals?
How old is it? Does it say? Did it
I
say
mean,
how?
this looks to me like weeks old, like at most.
I'm pretty sure a pretty positive dressing up is not necessary, especially at that age.
Yeah.
So
It's not like you're gonna trick it.
yeah. So it's important to make sure the orphans that are raised in captivity don't become imprinted on humans.
They will anyway. Foxes don't have 5 fingers.
As if they're just like us, and all they care about is what they see. They don't get. It's not their sense of smell doesn't have anything to do with it. Right?
Oh no.
Don't worry about that.
How they like deal with 90% of the world around them.
Yeah, exactly right.
Dumb.
Well, anyhow, all those measures make it more likely that the young fox could be reintroduced into the wild someday. Stanley says that interview on Tuesday that the kit was admitted to the center on February 29th after a man walking his dog found her in an alley in Richmond, thinking she was a kitten, turned her over to the Richmond Society for Prevention and Cruelty to Animals.
I found this kitten in the alley.
Kitten. What can you do? Can you do something with? Does this thing have Wi-Fi? I need a hotspot desperately. Than I am waiting for like 40 years here. She was less than 24 hours old, and her umbilical stump was still attached.
Damn, Fox must have chewed it right off and left her in a fucking alley. Maybe the fox went off to like take care of some business, like get dinner for the night.
Right.
And this dude's like, I found a cat.
Yeah.
He's like, here you go.
They're like, where'd my fucking kid go?
They're like, now I gotta pull this Halloween mask out and wear this and be a fucking fox. Like I really wanted to do that. Not again.
Not again. Let me tell you, not under this mayor. He's 35 years old and he's ready to tan my hide.
Where was this? This was even in Maryland.
No, this was in Virginia.
Oh, right.
They were ready to cross the line.
Wildlife Center.
Ready to cross the border.
Well, he'll be very delayed at this point.
Well, staff at the Wildlife Center have been taking turns feeding the young fox every 2 to 4 hours, all while wearing the mask, in addition to the large stuffed animal that's meant to mimic the kit's mother.
It doesn't. Doesn't matter.
So they're holding a syringe with the nipple that they use to feed calves on top of a stuffed animal, with this person wearing a mask that they got at the 50% off sale at the end of Halloween, at Spirit Halloween.
Absolutely.
This is totally where this thing came from.
Also,
I remember seeing it on the shelf.
Also, if they have the fox mask on hand, do they also have the bear and the wolf mask
Of course they do. They have to switch them out because they don't want them to get imprinted on the mask.
It begs the question.
Yeah.
It begs the question, why in the same day that this fox was brought to you, why do you have a fox mask on hand?
This is it.
How do you have it?
They're
already ready.
They knew. They were the ones that put it in the alley.
Mercari. Oh God! I was gonna say Mercari does not have.
We got to do something with this fox mask. Go put a kid out in the alleyway.
Yeah, we want to justify it.
Dog walkers go by all the time. They'll bring it in.
Either that, or somebody's been sitting. They're dumb.
Yeah.
Somebody has been sitting there waiting for this opportunity to. This seems to me like some kind of a weird advertising.
They walk in quietly to like some lo-fi beats. They take a deep breath, and then they just punch through a glass, and they pull the mask out and slip it over their head slowly.
The mouth starts working with theirs real quickly.
It's time. It's time. So it looks like my fucking stories are all mixed up. So don't look for a minute here so I can flip through these fucking things. Here we go. Get ready, everybody here, sir. Okay. So where are we? No, I was right. Okay. So here we go down to our favorite state, all the way down to Florida,
where all the best things happen.
There's always something to talk about. This was one that I tracked down on my own because it just struck me as a hilarious little thing. I don't remember where I found some story on social media somewhere.
You came across it just in.
Oh yeah,
just
and that hadn't even been circulated yet at the point. I'm sure it is by now. But so a Florida teen has a fitting tag on his car.
He looks like a Florida teen.
Yep, and he was
got
arrested.
A mullet and like a shitty little tiny beginnings of a mustache.
You want to guess why he got arrested?
Well, I think there's a clue on the screen.
He got arrested for fleeing as deputies chased him on a motorcycle at 145 miles an hour.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's amazing that he was taken in alive.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So Ashton Jarvis.
Oh my god!
19.
He's 19. Of course, he's 19.
No,
that's
19.
That's a motherfucking millennial name if I ever heard one.
That's it.
Ashton Jarvis.
There you go. That's it. He's half as good as IMDb and with none of the salary. So IMDb makes no money. So was arrested after he recklessly fled from deputies while weaving through traffic across Volusia and Seminole counties. That's where we stay in Seminole. He was charged with possessing a counterfeited license plate and multiple counts of fleeing and eluding law enforcement officers at high speed. So
that's a forged plate?
It's a forged plate. And
why would it be written?
Look at, you can tell it's forged. Look at the reflection. There's no indentation on it.
For those who are not not watching.
Yeah.
The license plate that's on screen here says "Will Run." Will Run.
Yeah, and the rest of it looks legit. He definitely got the background right, and the slogan and the website. Can't say the same for Maryland with their fucking Chinese lottery website thing that was for the what was it for the
I forgot all about
Freedom 7 whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah,
those plates they put out for a little while, and then some Chinese company bought it, put it for like some online lottery thing. Jesus Christ. Well, anyhow, so deputies spotted 3 motorcycles headed west near Home Depot in Port Orange around 6:40 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Port Orange.
Of course, it's Florida. Yeah, what do you expect? Yeah, the license plates of one of those riders eventually identified as Jarvis said, "Will Run," which deputies recognized from Daytona Bike Week because Jarvis allegedly fled from deputies because he said he, quote, didn't remember the incident. Sorry, I don't remember breaking that law, so I'm going to leave.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
No, sorry about that. So Jarvis and the other riders led deputies on a chase through Daytona. Yep, I can do it. Here we go. Daytona Beach. Jarvis apparently noticed that an unmarked patrol car was following them, alerted the other riders, and eventually they got stuck in traffic where deputies were able to pull them. One of the riders over, who was issued a citation for operating motorcycle without both wheels on the ground, so they were doing wheelies or whatever.
Yeah.
But Jarvis and the other rider fled. So this is his initial. This isn't even the one where they caught him. This is later.
This was the first.
This was an initial offense. Yeah, exactly. So then during a traffic stop, the riders were able to catch. At the time, he said Jarvis and the other rider were headed to Buc-ee's. Which is
I've been to Buc-ee's.
Oh yeah, sure,
out in Texas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So deputies met them there. 2 allegedly fled again. And after another chase, the Volusia Sheriff's Office, a helicopter, Jarvis was ultimately stopped by the Sanford police after entering Seminole County. So he was taken into custody after riding in circles around a police patrol car. According to the affidavit, he said he fled because he was, quote, scarred as far as the Will Run tag goes. He said Jarvis said he saw a similar tag in a video, thought it was funny, purchased it, the fake tag on Amazon. And he said, his actual license plate's at home, by the way.
Home?
So it's at home. I just leave it at home. It doesn't need to be attached to my car. I mean, right?
It says home?
No.
Oh,
it's at his house.
I thought you said the license plate says
the license
home.
plate. No. The license plate for my motorcycle is at home. I just leave it there.
Oh yeah, just leave it there. You don't need it to operate a vehicle.
No. It's not license isn't in the word or anything. Yeah. So just so that you're not confused.
Fucking dumb.
I'll tell you who else is fucking dumb. A man who's 11 foot 750-pound
mother-in-law.
Pet mother-in-law.
Now you have to marry a mother. These are all coming out because I just rewatched the whole season.
That's good.
He admitted it.
That's it. You got to do it. Got to marry mother-in-law.
Come on, just marry mother-in-law.
Come on, just marry mother-in-law. So 700. Let's start this over.
Yeah.
A man who's 11 foot, 750-pound pet alligator was removed by conservation officials from his home in upstate New York because he did not have a permit. Said later this week that he has vowed to regain custody of his beloved pet.
As if they didn't chop it up and turn it into fucking alligator meat. At this
Listen,
point.
I can't run this daycare without my pet alligator.
What the hell? Where the fuck did they put it? Do they have it on hold somewhere? What do you think they're going to do? They're going to drop it into the Everglades.
Yeah.
They're going to dump that thing in the Everglades, and you'll never know which one it was because they don't form fucking bonds with people.
Exactly right. No.
Jesus.
And he's going to outlive the rest of humanity.
Yeah.
So that's the best part, too. Now that he got out of this guy's fucking house. Tony Calavero of Hamburg, New York, added an in-ground swimming pool to allow his pet gator Albert to swim and cool off while illegally keeping him in his backyard. according to the New York Department of Environmental
What is up
Conservation.
with people with this kind of shit? It's
The-
insane.
The alligator is about 30 years old, blind in both eyes, has spinal issues.
Oh man,
It's not in a fucking good way.
clearly not taking good care of him.
No, doesn't know what he's doing. The agency allowed members of the public to get involved or to get into the water to pet the unsecured alligator. This guy let people get into the fucking water with his alligator.
He was running like a petting zoo.
Yeah, you can
with
you
this
can
big
do that.
11-foot
Right.
fucking alligator. My God.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would be dumb enough to do that?
Apparently, this guy, Tony Calavero, is his name. Yeah.
So I mean, like, get in the. He'd be like, yeah, hang out with my
his family.
alligator.
Yeah, don't worry about it. He's fine.
Yeah, that's Claude. He's fine.
He's not an ancient killing machine.
with like very simple brain mechanics that only really knows to eat
Tell
or to
him
sleep.
to kill. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, they order him to kill or go to bed.
Murder or rest.
When I'm not resting, I'm murdering. When I'm not murdering, I'm resting.
It's almost like I'm a U.S. military drone. So he previously had a permit to keep the gator, but he didn't renew it after it expired in 2021. All the inspectors
he
probably
lapsed.
died in COVID.
Yeah.
So the lack of permit, the access given to visitors, and the alligator's health caused the DEC to remove Albert in the interest of public safety and health and safety protection of the alligator.
Poor
So
Albert.
they told that Calavera told local media that he ran an errand on Wednesday. He got back, and there were DEC officers all over his house with a warrant trying to remove this alligator out of his backyard. So they turned Albert over to licensed caretaker who will care for him until he can be
Who snitched?
transported elsewhere.
Or was it that they were just doing a checkup on the permits?
That's a good question. I don't know. Let's see if they
maybe like his niece got her
So,
arm bitten off, and
yeah,
she's
it
like,
could very well be.
I'm-
Yeah, it's
I'm
like a
telling on
Tiger
this
King
guy.
situation. Yeah, yeah. So he claimed he owned Albert for more than 30 years, and normally renewed his permit months before the expiration date, but revised regulations and the failure of the DEC to return his phone calls seeking answers to questions regarding them led to the permit's expiration in 2021.
What do you think you're going to do? You're going to ask them questions about a
Yeah.
permit. You think
Yeah.
that's going to matter?
Right, exactly
Whether or
right.
not you get
Fill out the paper, give them the money.
the criteria won't
Yeah.
change because you argue it,
Exactly right.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that people don't understand about government too. I'm sorry, but like the rules are the rules because I know it's ass backwards here, but you voted for it.
Yep.
By not voting or by losing, you
Yep.
voted for the way that things are. If you want things to be different, you should try to vote it into effect,
You gotta
or try to run for an office and try to fix things. But
push.
you're not going to change the permit regulations. Just pay the goddamn fee
You've
and have
paid
the
it for
permit.
30 years.
Yeah, why's now all of a sudden?
Today?
It's not. He forgot about it. He thought, I don't need to
He's
keep
like,
doing
I've
this.
paid enough money. I'm keeping
Who
this
cares?
gator. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Come and take this ancient killing machine from my backyard? Yep. Sorry.
It's called alligator domain.
That's right.
Eminent domain.
This alligator's been here. Well, maybe he hasn't been no longer than
His
you.
family's
but his
from around here.
family's been here
His
longer than
family owns-
anybody.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'll tell you who else has
More
some
animals.
some more family we got to take care of. So New Orleans Police Department official says that rats are infesting their department headquarters.
Rats.
He's the hero of the universe.
This is like my office building too.
Yeah,
Like,
it
government
sure
buildings
is.
are infested with rats. I'm telling you this from firsthand experience. That's another reason I don't like to go in there.
That's right. There you go. It gets even better though.
Oh god.
Because the rats that are
They're on the
infested,
payroll.
it's even better than that.
Oh my god.
So the rats infesting the department's headquarters are all stoned from eating marijuana stored in the evidence room.
Oh shit.
So,
Damn.
So
They must know. You know.
they know what to do, I
What they
guess.
want.
I mean, they certainly
good thing
can't
they
eat
get
the
the-
bullets.
the-
That's for sure. So police superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick told the city council's criminal justice committee that the building is infested with cockroaches and rats.
See,
and
here's the thing. They didn't care before because they weren't They weren't committing a crime. Now that they're on drugs,
they were
now it's our
tax-paying
problem.
citizens.
That's right.
Now we need to beat them.
See, and that seems to be the case at my job too, because
Right.
they won't fix the goddamn problem.
No.
I mean, there should be cats roaming the halls in my office building.
I don't know why they don't have give them
That would be awesome.
the little clearance tags, everything.
Badge in and out.
Badge in and out. You can do it. You don't need thumbs. But microchip you.
Some fucking psychopathic maniac would shove a bomb in the cat's ass, send it in there, and then blow the whole place up.
Absolutely right, because they didn't get their benefits on
Although
time.
you can just wand them if there's no metal in their bodies naturally.
Hopefully.
I mean, it's not supposed to be.
Yeah. Unless they're those cats from Washington.
Yeah.
They're all metal.
The new cats.
They're all metal, even the hair.
Real
sharp.
The hair.
Real sharp. So they said that the rodents in particular seem to be having a good time destroying evidence. The rats are eating our marijuana. They're all high. She spoke in support of a $7.6 million proposal to temporarily relocate police headquarters to a downtown building for 10 years while exploring permanent solutions to the current.
For 10 years?
10
This is how long it takes them to fucking figure
Of
shit
course.
out.
Like, let's take a look at why the rats keep getting to the pot. How about you fucking put it in a safe? Or how about you put it in a box? All you gotta do is put it up, get a Tupperware from Walmart.
Yeah,
they can't
don't eat through
open the
plastic.
lid.
I mean, they don't usually eat through plastic, right?
No.
They're not going to go that hard into like for weed. These are rats of the American people.
Yeah, they're
sure in there
are. Exactly
tampering
right.
with evidence.
They're probably Baltimore rats because remember they got the rat czar, or that was New York. That was
New
these
York.
are the rat czar drove them all down.
That's right.
Louisiana.
They're
God.
coming down. They're coming down now, and they're. I mean, they're just serving their community.
Well, they want to move the building downtown for 10 years while exploring permanent solutions to the current building's numerous issues, which are not even limited to pests.
See, they do that. They can't get the Hunt Valley Hotel back in order, huh?
Yeah, right.
This is horse shit. This is fucking bullshit. This world we live in, I'm telling you, the rats should take it all over. I'm so fucking sick of this crap.
They're mammals. We can teach them how to talk.
Just goes to shit. There is no limitations to the stupidity.
No.
It's boundless.
No, it never ends.
Of government agencies, entities.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It really is. So
I was saying earlier that I was going to make a point about how that we like our commissioner was arguing for a higher budget, but he barely got an increase that they offered for the rest of the year. And they were like, I was actually happy to see this happen. I don't know if clearly the intentions are all over the place because it's political, but the commissioner was like, we have record high cases coming in and record low employment.
Yeah.
And it's like, those two things don't come together right.
Some numbers there.
It's like, what the fuck? And they don't want to fucking listen to it.
No,
it's insane to me. It's so fucking crazy to me. I don't pay much attention to it because it just really makes me angry.
So Allison says they're so cute they could probably run things better than humans, right?
Hell yeah.
Of course they could.
Hell, Allison knows she's had pet rats.
Oh yeah? Yeah. Well, they were all over the place here. That's for sure too. That's Kara's dad or stepdad raised them.
Oh right, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Rats. What was it? Rats are us or rats plus something like that.
Rats are here.
Yeah, rats are here. And he sold them to most of them were feed rats. He sold them to the Baltimore Zoo.
Oh, I thought he sold them
sold them to the New Orleans Police Department. They're like, we got to get the fuck out of this building. Detective
Al Qaeda.
Yeah. Detective Blackthorn backed up the toilet. And we can't get it to flush anymore. We got to get the fuck out of here. It's going to blow. I'm so happy to tell you this, Matt.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Wait, is this the?
I'm so happy to tell you this, and I wish I could have told it to you last week because you had just talked about it.
Yeah. Is this the thing that
a mysterious silver monolith has been found on a Welsh hillside, evoking memories of similar structures that appeared around the world?
Hell yeah! This is just the way the tide is moving, baby.
It's
Other
coming
people
back in.
want it.
That's right. They want the nostalgia of the better times when we always stared at was individual silver beams in the middle of natural landscape.
Why
no people.
The fuck is that there?
That's right.
I love it.
Richard Hayes says he was out for a run on Hay Bluff.
This has just been left here too. I love that this is like some person just came across it.
They're like, that's the spot. Yeah. No, I thought it looked a bit bizarre. It might be some sort of scientific research thing, collecting rainwater or something. He said, but then I got closer and realized it was too tall and strange for that. Then I went up to it. It was about 10 feet high, at least. He said, and triangular, definitely stainless steel, and it was hollow. So I imagine it had to be pretty light enough for two people to carry it up and plant it in the ground. That's the first I've ever heard of anybody talking about the weight or the density of
because
structures.
I mean, it's not like they just airdrop them in
No,
there.
yeah, right, exactly. That would be interesting if they did.
Yeah.
But an anonymous art collective called The Most Famous Artist later took credit for several of the U.S.-based monoliths, but no one has come forward to claim responsibility for the one.
It almost seems
Welsh hillside
too obvious to be the same people, right? Do you think this could be a copycat?
But at the same time, it has been enough time.
It has been a long time.
It's
and it's in a
possible.
different country now.
Yeah.
It's like, remember this stuff? It evokes the same memories.
It might be a monolithic artistic movement. We might have a whole new class.
Wouldn't it be great if the art collective was are they anonymous, you said?
Yeah. Well, it's The Most Famous Artist. That's the anonymous art collective. They're called The Most Famous Artist.
Oh, it's kind of convenient that we don't have any evidence that those are people. That could just be the
reptilians,
the acceptable explanation.
Going David.
No, yeah, it could be reptilians.
Yeah.
Let's go with reptilians. I'm all about that. It's either way, it's false.
That's right.
It's all a bunch of horse shit.
That's right.
Just to get you to turn your head. And stop looking.
Just wait and to look away so that they can pull one off on you.
These are all just like nodes, basically, where they're just gonna flip a switch and they'll all
turn on and
enact something. I don't know what it is.
Then the rats will be king.
Yeah, the rats. It'll activate all the rats.
Well, there'll be a job still. Now, is this not an ancient Huey Lewis to you? This is almost.
It does look like old Grandpa Huey Lewis.
This is almost the only reason why I pulled the story, just because this was the article headline picture, and I was like, oh shit, this looks like fucking old Huey Lewis. Well, anyhow, Army personnel. Sports. Army personnel were called to a Quebec home when the deceased owner's daughter made a surprising discovery in a toolbox.
Okay.
You can see it pictured here. It's a live grenade.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So Kendra Sims Brockman.
She's like shaking it around. I wonder what's going on
like,
in here.
Oh, what do we got in here? Yeah. Huey Lewis and the olds, as Allison says. So
Huey Lewis in the history.
Yeah, Huey Lewis and Fox News is probably more accurate.
Yeah.
She said that some family members were cleaning out the Knowlton home formerly occupied by her father.
So this guy's long gone.
Yeah, he's gone. I don't know if this is the dude who had the grenade or if this is something else from later on in the story here. But we'll see. But they went to his tool room, which was always like nobody ever went into his tool room. It was like a sacred place. I was looking for something, and then I opened up a toolbox, and there was this grenade. Sims Brockman said she remembered the grenade from decades earlier, but thought it was not live and that it was long gone.
Oh, God. She had seen and interacted with this grenade in the past.
So it gets better. I remember this grenade from almost 30 years ago when Dad brought it back from my grandfather's house. We all asked him to get rid of it because it made us nervous, even though we thought it wasn't live. And we thought, well, we thought he had gotten rid of it. And turns out it was loose and it had moved houses multiple times with him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Sims Brockman contacted police, and an officer who arrived to take photos of the object for the Canadian Armed Forces would need to be summoned to the house. She said that Army personnel told her the grenade was indeed live, which is a rare occurrence for antique grenades. It had a detonator. It had everything in it. It was intact. And so they loaded it in a truck and they took it off for it to be detonated.
Oh my!
So
wow,
that's Dad almost got that last laugh.
It's so fucked up that there's a weapon that we have, and I know that there's way more fucked up weapons, but I'm just kind of ruminating on this one.
Right.
That we have a weapon where you cannot disarm that weapon.
Nope.
You have to deploy that thing, and that's it. That's the way you get rid of it.
The end.
You can't unclip it because as soon as you do, it happens so quickly that the firing pin. Plus, you can't go in tampering with it.
No.
How the fuck? And I'll probably find this on YouTube or whatever. But how the fuck do they make grenades without like killing themselves?
Because the whole
setting
the top part is threaded. So they set the charge.
Yeah.
They set the pin. everything, and then they screw it into the pineapple.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's all just set, and then now once you do
the powder's inside that.
screwing in like the rest of it,
Right.
the pineapple, because it's just a shrapnel.
Right.
thing.
That's the whole
So the
reason why
movies
it's
all
cut
get that
way.
wrong. It's not like fire. I mean, like, there's like a blast because of like the there is a fire like poof.
Right.
But it's just the shrapnel shooting.
it's-
It's like 18 guns firing in all different directions.
Yeah, at once. Yeah, it's the metal ripping through your flesh. That's what's doing most of the damage. Well,
Dude,
so
that is such a insanely dangerous little thing.
unbelievably so.
It would just be like rolling around in a toolbox.
If that's
for
not the thing
30
that you
years.
need to let everybody know about as you're on your deathbed,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh wait, don't
By
forget.
the way, when you go into the tool room that I
Throw that
kept
thing in
everybody
the
out of,
trash.
make sure to throw it, but gently into the. so she said the incident has added to the legacy of her father, who was well known to his friends and family as a unique
as
character.
Mr. Grenades. As he was affectionately called around town, Mr. Grenade Hands.
She said when everything was all clear.
He's just like juggling 3 live grenades.
I like to practice with him
He's
this
got
way.
one in he's got the pin in his mouth of the one. It's just dangling.
He throws them up in the air and he uses his tongue to grab them by the hook on the pin to throw them up a little higher. Ooh.
That's amazing. That is incredible. Also, we have to stand way farther back.
Way far back. This is a great thing to see on TV. You know what I mean? Closed circuit is fine too, just far away. But she said, when everything was clear, I went back around and told the neighbors that, and they're all laughing about it now. Like, well, Frank wants to make sure we're all on our toes, I guess. That's it in a nutshell. Frank wanted to make sure that we remembered him.
Frank wanted to make sure we joined him when he went
like,
out.
I ain't going to be lonely on the other side. God ain't let me into heaven, that's for sure. I didn't get this grenade for free.
I didn't like anyone that went before me,
Nope.
but I made a couple good relationships
Well,
with my
that's
family.
because I'm
since.
all older than you. You have to listen to me. And we're dead.
I own you.
Yeah, I'm in charge. I'm responsible for your blood is on my hands.
If you want to know what to do with the grenade, I'll just put my hand on my head,
Like,
wiggle my fingers.
I'll
turn
be
into
solid again.
Yeah, I'm
And
back to
then
normal.
I'll come back. I'll go to the
I'll be
VA.
a lecherous college student.
Oh, you know it. Yeah. That's the best part. Because then he can do that again and he goes invisible. But the whole time, the old man that he met in the afterlife is just a dirty old man. He's like just chasing girls around all the time, like in high school.
In a physical form.
As a ghost first, but then he's like, I'll be right back. And then he wiggles his fingers and then he goes and chases after some girl down the hallway.
What the fuck?
It's fucking bad,
Is
man.
his soul dirty?
There's yeah, that's why he's not going passed on. Yeah, he's definitely stuck. But I'll tell you what else. You guys aren't stuck anymore.
Let's unstick you.
We're gonna We're gonna show you this terrifying fox head again one more time, just to really let it sink in.
We're gonna pull the pin on this grenade.
That's right.
We have already.
That's right. We're gonna let this thing detonate, and we'll see you next time. That's how it goes off like that. Another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
That's us calling for the medic.
Help!
That's it. Everybody's dead.
Oh no!
So that's it. Everybody, whatever you do, buy all the furry masks that they have
Buy 'em
on
up.
clearance at Spirit. Just if not to start your own animal rescue, to keep them out of animal rescues.
Yeah, just to prevent this
Because
from happening again.
If you're doing this as an amateur, you at least have an excuse. If you are trained medical personnel dealing with a fox that has not even opened its eyes yet, don't worry about the mask. Wear a Dom DeLuise mask. It doesn't matter.
I'm in favor of imprinting them on humans so that we can have more friendly relationships with weird animals.
I mean, as soon as we get those antenna things that they had in Fern Gully, I can't wait to talk.
Dude,
talk to the
do you think that they'll Neuralink us up to our pets?
Kind of. There's gonna be like a Google Translate thing, and there'll be a new version of Duolingo where you can learn, like chinchilla and shit. And but you'll get the accent. That's the important part, because the ones from down south, they get real racist, but we don't notice it because it's all chirps.
We just have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know. They let's just
They're
say
very prejudiced.
Let's just say they seceded from the Union a long time ago. So
God.
yeah, but they're small, they're rodents, so we don't really pay them a whole lot of mind.
Oh, they're just cute.
Right, exactly. They're like, oh, look how cute they are. And meanwhile, they're chirping all kinds of
It's gonna ruin
racial epithets. Yeah,
Oh
it's they're real bad, especially the long-haired ones. They're hiding a lot of hate under those follicles. But one way or the other, we're gonna make it through. Whatever bridges collapse, whatever the world, we're gonna get a huge fucking. Did you see we're on like a solar storm watch for the next 2 days?
What?
Yeah, there's going to be a huge coronal mass ejection that's going to finally get to us.
No,
and they're saying
corona
like,
mass ejaculation.
Oh yeah, we're going to get all ejaculated all over. They're worried about like the radio going out for a little bit and stuff like that. Like it's going to be a thing.
Oh shit!
If it makes its way.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we'll see what happens. But one way or the other, we're going to be back here someday.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking again probably on Tuesday. But we're going to be talking about whatever has happened, what isn't happening, and why we're angry about it.
Yeah.
Because
that is the only constant in my life.
That's
is
why
that
you're
I'm
here.
angry about whatever happens from here.
If I have it, if I
end.
don't, I'm pissed.
I'm fucking mad.
And you're about to hear
it's a
about
matter
it.
of how mad am I?
That's right. Are you ready to hear about it? Because you're going to.
Press play.
That's right. Press play. Dom DeLuise.
Now press stop. Dom DeLuise.
So the eclipse happened yesterday, Juan. I think
it's April 8th.
Oh, what?
I think it's April 8th. Me and Allison looked it up recently.
Yesterday was a full moon. That's what it was.
Yesterday was a big ass full moon.
Right. Yeah, it was the worm.
I was driving.
It was the worm moon.
I was driving back from. We had band practice early because Mike was going to Chicago. Tomorrow, and I was driving back home. Allison ordered like Indian food from this place, but it had been like 2 hours. She was waiting for it. Nepali something. And I was like, oh, I just order it and try and like just order from a different place and have it get to you.
Right.
So by the time I got home, like hers was getting picked up and there was a second one coming. I ordered from the kitchen of Kathmandu. Have you heard of that? It's a new place too.
Where's that
at? East York, I think.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I was driving along and I was, handling all that, and I was looking at this big ass full moon. It was pretty sweet looking.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah, pretty cool. Cool stuff. We'll see what happens. Maybe everything will end, and
there's one certainty. It's going to be disaster and tragedy after disaster and tragedy.
And you know what that means? Starts with a C, ends with the content, baby. Oh yeah. It's all about that content.
Oh, give me that sweet content.
It's all about you, girl, on your special birthday. Content, yeah, girl. It's a SpongeBob song. I don't know. All right, we love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. SpongeBob. Oh.